Good day, everyone, and welcome to our class for today. So now we are down to the third lesson for this chapter. So we will tackle about the school as an educational organization. So now let us start our discussion with a game. So it is entitled I Am Puzzled. So, direction, arrange the words below. So you need to arrange the words that I will be presenting. Number 1, number 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, you will write your answers in the comment section of our Google Classroom. So, am I understood? Okay, now let us move on to the learning objectives. So at the end of the 1 hour class, the students are expected to A. Explain school as an educational organization. B. Develop a sense of appreciation for the academic actors that give a contribution to the educational institution. And present the organizational structure of the school as an organization. So we will only achieve these objectives if you actively participate. So participating means answering the activities and the game that I have given to you. And you listen and watch to my video discussion. So let us start our lesson proper with an activity. We are one organization part 2. So in here, you need to create your organizational structure. So diba, you are already, in our lesson 1, you are grouped into 4 different groups with 8 members, and you have already chosen a certain organization. So in your organization, you need to create your organizational structure. So the criteria for this, organization 20 points, relevance 15 points, and that is a total of 35 points. So again, you will write your answers in the comment section of our Google Classroom. So, school. What comes in our mind when we hear the word school? So we usually pictured out things like school buildings, teachers, students, libraries, or even the school canteens. That is the images that popped up in our mind when we hear the word school. But in deep understanding, school serve as a venue to help learners develop competencies. So, as a future teacher and educational leaders, you and also me need to learn and understand what constitutes a school and how it functions. So in here, in school, we are developed, shaped, and honed by professional teachers in how to write, how to read, sing, draw, count numbers, or solve mathematical problems, or even study and understand histories from the past to develop different learning competencies. So, as a future educator, we need to know and understand how this or what is school, how it works, and who are the people behind this educational organization. Because as the future educator, we need to know all these aspects because we will be working and be part of this educational institution in the nearest future, right? Yes, so because we are going to be an educator someday. So now, the establishment of a basic education school in the Philippines requires a school principal, administrator, academic non-teaching personnel such as registrar, librarian, school staff, and etc., and teaching staff as embodied in the Department of Education, Culture, and Sports Order Number 12 Series of 1991. So, these are the people behind or behind the educational institution or organization. So first, let us discuss the administrator or the principal. So each school needs a leader that will guide faculty members and support staff in fulfilling the school's mandate. So when we say school administrators, they are the one who work in elementary, junior high school, and senior high school. And these school administrators are known as principals who are responsible for leading the entire organization of school. So principals are in charge of managing the major administrative tasks and supervising all the teachers and students, which includes evaluation for teachers, handling students' discipline, developing, implementing, and evaluating school programs and projects, policy development, hiring of teachers are also their responsibility, delegating tasks and teaching assignments, and also they are the one who maintains a positive relationship with parents, community, and other stakeholders. So, di ba, the administrator or the principal have or has a big role and responsibility in managing the school to be a successful organization. Next is the teaching personnel or faculty members. So, they are the licensed teachers assigned to teach different subject areas in different grade levels and are responsible for managing classroom environment, facilitating instruction, and assessment of learning. So, very obvious naman kayo, di ba? They are our respective teachers or the professional licensed teachers. They are given a certain task, like they are assigned to different subject areas or their different specialization in a different grade levels. So they are responsible for imparting knowledge to the students and creating a safe and comfortable learning environment for the students. So this teaching personnel or the teachers work with school administrators, parents, and as well as the community. This is to improve student learning and to promote school programs and projects as well. So just like the administrators or the principals, teaching personnels have also a big responsibilities or big role in this educational organization. So next is academic non-teaching personnel. So they are non-teaching personnel assigned to support, to help maintain a positive learning environment and to keep the school clean and safe from harm. So these non-teaching personnel works as teachers, aides, librarians, registrar, guidance counselor, office personnel, security, and the maintenance staff. So although they are considered non-teaching personnel, we as a students or as part of the educational organization need to give respect or treat them just like a part or a people who supports and manage the educational organization. So next is students. So they are the primary stakeholders that benefits from the school. So when we say students, kita, we are the students who benefits from this educational organization. So we came from different groups, cultures, background, different age, but we are together, or we are going to school or to achieve the ultimate goal, and that is to be trained and to be educated. So also students make teaching profession a challenging work for teachers, and students also serve as a bridge in connecting the parents and the community. And lastly, the community. It is the location where school is situated. It plays a vital role in creating a positive learning environment. So aside from the parents, community is also a partner of educational institution. So the partnership between school and community strengthens the relationship of teachers with parents, government officials, and private organizations that helps promote school programs and projects. So if ever there are lots of outside or activities that is held outside the campus, the community can help the school or support the school to make this activity successful. So in the next presentation, you will it is showed here the sample of organizational chart of public basic education. So as you can see here, at the top, management, it is given to the principal. Then under the principal, assistant principal, and administrative staff. So under administrative staff is administrative assistant. And under assistant principal is the head teacher for grade 11 and head teacher for grade 12. And under the head teacher for grade 11, teachers, and that is also in the head teacher for grade 12. And under this under the teachers is the support staff, barangay officials, the local government units, the students, the barangay officials, and the private organization. So this is the first organizational chart for public school. Next is, it is shown here a organizational chart of a private basic education. So at the top, management, the principal, then under the principal, the instructional leader, and administrative manager. So under the instructional leader are the grade levels from grade 1 to grade 12. And under the administrative manager, the guidance counselor, the school health or the clinic, property custodian, security and maintenance, subject coordinator, ICT, and tech support. So that is the organizational chart of private school. So next is the organizational structure of a school. So it involves 3 different theories. So first, let us talk about the formalization of school's procedures. So it involves the development of written policies that as a guide for members of the organization to follow, which may include plans, vision, mission, goals, and objectives. So, diba, in building or in creating an organization, we need to follow a lot of procedures and process before it could be recognized as an official organization. So in that process and procedures, we need to include the plans of our organization, vision, mission, goals, and objectives. Kung unsa man joy, what is the reason behind nganong ga-build ka aning organization? So it is common in any organization. So for example, here in Talibon, we have an organization for youths. It is called Tabon Young Farmers Association. So, 1 year pa ni siya nga organization. But before we created or before we are able to be before we are recognized by the municipal or the mayor as one of their organization, we follow procedures and process in order to become an organization. So in an organization, we need to follow kanang the members, the number of members that should be in an organization, needed to be in an organization, what are our specific objectives, what are our reasons for building this organization, and the mission and vision. So we need to pass that sa munisipyo para mapirmahan and ma-correctionan sa mayor and other municipal staff. So that is the formalization of schools procedure. So example rato siya ako ang gi-include sa amuang organization. So it is also nice and manggod nga na-joy organization sad ang mga youths, because it will encourage us to become active in any organization that could help our government and our community on where we are currently residing. So next theory is centralization or decentralization of decision making. So it is the division of tasks in decision making on the administrator or school principal down to middle managers or assistant principal and instructional leaders or head teachers, known as the top-down approach, or in some cases uses the bottom-up approach, where middle managers make decision and rely to the top management for approval. So this is somewhat similar to Taylor and Fayol's organizational theory, right? The top-down approach and the bottom-up approach. So in here, most of the time, the school principal or the school administrators are the one who makes the decision, and then the bottom management would follow what the top management decided. But there are also some cases that the bottom management makes the decision. For example, in sa school, di ba? Teachers also created school programs, activities that needs an approval from the school principal before it will be implemented sa school. So sometimes nasa bottom approach, or bottom management ang gagamaog decision, and then i-approve ra sa top management. So there are lots of examples man sad ana sa ato ang educational institution. So napud sa, di ba, mabito nang nasa SSG or sa high school kay SSG man, schools basta SSG, they make decisions, or they are tasked to make decisions on the school activities and such, and then pa-approve sila sa kanang principal, and then taran ma-implement na siya sa school. So the last one is the specialization task. It is one of the most applicable theories in educational organizations. Departmentalization is one of the horizontal specializations often used in an educational organization. So for example, it could be a science department, math department, physical education department, and many more. So faculty members from these departments are considered expert in their field or in their own field, and are given teaching assignments that are aligned with their field of specialization. So, for example, in BISO, diba, the colleges are divided into 4 different departments: the College of Teacher Education, the College of Business Arts and Sciences, CETAS, and the CEA. So, in here or in there are different teachers assigned to those different departments who are given different tasks or given their own expertise to handle. So that would be all for our discussion for today. So if you have questions regarding our discussion today, feel free to ask me. So for our activity 2, give the organizational structure of Bohol Island State Main Campus and the College of Teacher Education Department. Label and write the names of the assigned personnel in the organizational chart. So the deadline for this is on May 17, 2022 and to be submitted at the Google Classroom. So the criteria for this activity: content and organization 30 points, promptness and timeliness 20 points, and that is a total of 50 points. So if you have questions regarding our activities, please ask me. Just ask me on our messenger or group chat or in the Google Classroom. So that would be all for today, class. Thank you for listening. Bye. See you next time.